You all came out. You and Ashland kind of neck and neck, but you were able during the middle part of the first half to go ahead to get a lead and keep it. What was the keys to in that sequence to get that lead and maintain it?
Well, I thought our defensive intensity got a little bit high there for a minute, and we had some guys come off the bench, Brian being one of them, and Mike Martin. Those guys came off the bench and gave us great contributions. Obviously, Coleman ended up being the leading scorer, was outstanding from the three-point line, stretching the defense a little bit. So, all those guys are capable of being starters or being the leading scorer, and I think that's what gives our team great flexibility.
Can you talk a bit about some of the contributions of your unsung heroes, if you will?
I mentioned Mike Martin. I thought he did a great job. Evan Yates is probably the premier big man in the league. Obviously, Ali from Michigan Tech. Those guys are tough to deal with. He does a great job of taking up space in the paint and drawing fouls. And he got Ian and Gerald in a little foul trouble early, and I thought Mike came in and did a great job of altering some shots and did a great job helping on the ball screen. So, Brian hadn't shot the ball extremely well this year, but certainly he did tonight.
Can you talk about your team's depth in general, and how that contributes to your overall team output?
It does. Like Shane and Cole, either one of those guys can play the point, and obviously having Mike Hollingsworth back somewhat healthy, and him and Brian, they play the wings, and like I said, with Mike Martin and Jamar coming off of the bench, and Gerald and Ian, that gives you 8-9 deep, and certainly that's what you need because we have a tendency to get in early foul trouble, and other guys stepped up.
Now, Gerald and Brian, can you both speak on what is expected of you, your roles on this team, and how you were able to achieve that tonight? I'll start off with you, Brian.
Role for the team. Coach Greer, he preaches defense pretty well, and so I want to come in and play great defense and contribute on the rebounds and try to help my team win as much as possible by doing the little things. It doesn't matter whether it's scoring points or getting assists or rebounding, taking charges, anything I can do.
Like you said, Coach Greer preaches defense. So, I came out playing hard on defense. My teammates, they helped me a lot when I got in foul trouble. They dig down to help. So, I tried to keep, Yates off the board. My teammates came down to help me get a couple rebounds. So, we just play hard, play smart, and play together.
Now, Gerald, can you talk a bit about the dynamic of playing in the paint, doing some of the dirty work, but making sure you're not too aggressive and getting in foul trouble, but maintaining that balance of aggressiveness and intelligence to stay in the game?
Yes, sometimes I get a little too aggressive and I get in foul trouble. But my teammates, like I said, they help me a lot, so that helps me not relax, but I don't have to be too aggressive because I know I have help. So, them helping me helps me a lot.
Brian, you were able to make some big shots tonight. Can you talk about what were the keys to you shooting as well as you did?
The keys were just staying out to practice, getting extra shots up, helping me shoot the ball pretty well. But I know I'm a capable shooter, so just putting in the extra work in helped me tonight.
Okay. This question for both of you. How do you think wins like these give you all as a team confidence going forward?
It gives a lot of confidence. Ashland's a pretty good basketball team. As Coach said before that, one of the best big men in the league. So when we get a blowout win like this, it gives us a lot of confidence, to continue to play hard, play together.
Okay, you all, back to you, Coach. You all held Ashland to 34% shooting, and you all shot 58.9. Can you talk about how those two offensive defense feed off each other and play off each other in the total game?
Well, you see we also had 21 assists, and that's sharing the basketball. And I think, all these guys are capable of scoring 20 points, and it's just them being unselfish and willing to give the ball to their teammates when they're open for it. Give up a good shot for a great shot. A lot of it had to do with our defensive intensity. We got some deflects, turned them into easy baskets, and did a great job on the boards. And so once you limit a team to basically one shot, that's when their percentage goes down. But when you give them 2 and 3, that's when the team shoots a high percentage. But we have been shooting the ball pretty good in GLIAC play, and obviously been doing a decent job with our defensive field goal percentage. So that needs to continue. Obviously we had talked about before the game we wanted to get to the free throw line. We wanted to win the boards, and we wanted to obviously play with a lot of intensity on defense.
Okay. Coming out of the second half, got a little sloppy coming out of it. How was your team able to regain control of the game and make it a blowout?
Well, whenever we win it at halftime, we always tell the guys that it's 0-0, and if we win the second half, we win the game. So that was our focus, to try to win the second half. And like you said, first couple possessions, we had some turnovers there, a couple defensive breakdowns, and then we got it going a little bit and was able to close them out.
Okay. Since the loss to Balmain, your team has rolled off 4 straight wins. 3 wins were like pretty comfortable margins of victory. Can you tell me, how does each win make your team better, and what do you want your team to take from these kind of wins tonight?
Well, yeah, winning breeds confidence. The more you win, the more confidence you get. But it's playing together. Shane is new to the team, Jamar and Mike Martin. Those guys were on the team last year, but they sat out. So basically, we got 3 new people trying to fit in. Obviously, Gerald's taking on a different role this year. He becomes a starter. Ryan is a starter, part-time. So those guys are playing different roles. And, Mike Hollingsworth didn't play with us last year. So the more we can play together, the more comfortable we're going to get. And but it still comes down to us communicating on defense and trying to develop a little bit of toughness. I'm still not really pleased with our toughness level, but we keep working on that every day. And once we can get that up to par, I think we'll be a decent basketball team.
And the last question, I saw you got a chance to get some of your bench players some minutes tonight. Can you talk a bit about that?
Well, those are our freshmen. We have some freshmen that we're trying to break in. Obviously being new to the system, they're still trying to learn the plays, trying to learn the system and everything. But they do a great job in practice. They compete really hard, and was happy to see them get in there. And they're capable players. They're just playing behind some pretty good players. So we continue to work with them, and it's always good when you can get those guys in the game because they work just as hard as these guys.
What's the focus in preparing for Lake Erie on Sunday?
Well, really, Lake Erie's a good basketball team, and our focus is dealing with Wayne State. We obviously we scout the other team and we go through their personnel, but we're pretty much concerned with what we do as a basketball team. Obviously, we want to continue to try to move the basketball. We still play a little bit too much one-on-one and don't necessarily move the ball or move players. But Lake Erie is a tough team. Different format. It's a Sunday game, and we got graduation, so we had to move the game to Sunday. So guys get a day off, and then we'll have 2 days of prep, and we'll get after it.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time, and congratulations on the win.